We got your morning inspiration. Inspirational Matinee. We coming through with another one. We got your morning matinee. And we elemental beings. And we back with another one. It's called the Morning Matinee. Soul Tribe. Sending you guys so much light and love. Hope you guys are in positive energy. Welcome back to your morning inspirational matinee. Okay. Hope you guys slept well. You are attracting everything you desire like a magnet. And, you know, being grateful for another day.
All praise to the Most High. Ashe to the ancestors. You know, I feel a certain vexation, but I'm going to reserve it. I kind of feel like, you know, I feel like we all find ourselves at the beginning of places where we ended over and over again. Too much. Like we come from a place, we end up right back there. A mindset, a habit, or whatever, and what is breeding in the lives of many of us is confusion, right? A lot of people are confused. I saw somebody, and they were like, you know, well, when did believers in God start doing this, right? And then I was listening to the Aquarian Gospel all night. I fell asleep listening to it. So I've been studying, like, you know, the old rhythms, like, you know, the Old Testament, and I've come to realize we in a place where history repeats itself, for sure, right? So as a believer, like, I heard somebody say, when did believers begin to speak about energy? When they woke up. Like, when you woke up. They've been speaking about energy since the beginning. It's called spirit. Like, when you look at the awareness of people back then as opposed to now, you know, in the Old Testaments and the old scriptures or whatever, they knew who God was. Yeah. And they did things that we have them for forsaken. I heard somebody ask, when did we start dealing with the burning of sage or witchcraft, right? First of all, I say they label many of the old belief, many of the practices of the faith of God are deemed witchcraft so that you don't tap into them. First being the lighting of candles, right? When you light a candle, people go crazy. But do you realize before it was electricity, the lighting of candles was according to your intentions? The true followers of God lit candles, right? You know how I can prove it? In the big mass in the Vatican City, where all churches, the authority of all bodies of governing churches, right? They under the leadership of the Pope in the Vatican City of Rome. That's the #1 church. Any denomination that don't adhere to that, to them, you fall outside of what is considered to be Christianity. So that goes for half of the voodoo religions that exist. They fall out of the jurisdiction of the church. But in their mass, they light 7 candles. 7. They understand. We don't. And what we do as believers, we allow religion to become gangism. Let me tell you why. When did we, the believers, look at others and attack them for their spiritual practices? That's gangism, and that's devil's energy. You want me to tell you why? Because as a believer, the one thing that Christ did was left everybody alone. study the Aquarian Gospel, you'll see the measure of understanding that exuded from Christ was he was a person that understood every religion and tried to introduce it to the concept of oneness. See, when Christ came, the Christ-like conscious Christ, Yeshua, when he walked, they said, this man does not follow the system of the church, and this man does not follow the normalcy of evil. Who sent them? And you know what Christ told them the whole time? They said, who are you? He said, I'm him. Right? And they was like, well, who is you? And he like, I'm him. Right? Who is him? Who you supposed to be? I'm a person that understand life from this level. Religion, again, is like a prison for the seekers of wisdom. God's wisdom, not our own. Like, if I'm a believer of the true and living God, I don't got time to, I don't take on the authority of saying, well, this person is lighting a candle, they're doing this wrong, or this person. I don't have that authority. And the reason why is because God didn't give it. If I'm a true believer, I'm too busy focusing on my belief, not with anybody. Because if I stand on the side with 100 people and stone a person over there that I don't understand, that don't make me no way godly. If a lot of us as believers in God, whatever your religion may be, you waking up to that certain oneness. Do you realize the powers that govern our life? They outside of, if you could pick me any man or woman from any region in this world, right? It doesn't matter. Asia, Africa, Europe, anywhere, right? Go pick them. And I guarantee you, their religious perspective is going to be their own, right? Now, everybody's going to cling to their religious perspective. But it's a oneness that exists in all of them that have been validated, right? That oneness brings, it creeps forth from a place of understanding. You feel me? Like, it's like if I'm a person that believe in God, I cannot believe that God gonna condemn everybody that don't walk like me. That doesn't make me anyways godly. That makes me a server of.
It's almost egotistical.
A perpetrator of evil doing. If I'm a person that stand here and I knock, and see with myself, I'm a product of the person I was that guy that like, man, look, I ain't dealing with none of that. But then God began to introduce me to different experiences in life in Him. Not outside. I'm not a man that will ever compromise my faith. Many people, 3 people told me yesterday that one, my son, my oldest one, he said, Dad, you introduced me to God, right? And then high priestess was like, when I got with you, I kind of like seen God in a stronger sense, right? And it's because that's the way I believe. I believe in God. I don't believe in religion. I don't believe in condemning what another person practice or believe in. I don't. Why would I condemn a healer just because they healing with methods that I don't understand? And the truth of it is, a lot of us that be doing that, we be knocking the ones that can make us whole, holding on to devil's energy. It's like that woman over there with herbs and she do all this, but you got a cancerous tumor, right? And you looking at it like, okay, pen this, thank you, Spirit. You got a woman over here that heal with natural roots, right? And then you got a doctor that got all type of foreign chemicals. But you'll pray to God and go to the doctor, right? And knock the woman. She a root worker. She deal with witchcraft. She a healer. She deal with an intelligence that can heal, that can remedy you. You about to go to the doctor And perhaps you go through a series of tests that wasn't designed for your DNA makeup. So they give you a series of diagnoses that don't have anything to do with your DNA makeup. Again, because the test they was tried on somebody that don't look like you. But still you got a root worker over here who's a healer, right? Because it all lies in the intention. That's the reason why. What makes us godly when we do that? Think about it. That's not why. Yo, we systematically whip. I be thinking about it like, I be asking God, are we doomed in our mind? Think about what I just said. Spirit says, say that again. You take a natural healer, a Dr. Sebi type, right? Which brings me to that. You know what Dr. Sebi told Left Eye when he healed her? He gave her his technology and told her to go pray to the God of her understanding. He told her go pray to the God of your understanding, but this the technology that I got for you, far as with the herbs, right? Because that's what healed her. You see what I'm saying? We allow ourselves to have spiritual ailments and they develop into physical ailments, right? And then what we do is we go and try to get spiritual help for a physical ailment that we developed, right? But we're not going to deal with the physical ailment because we believe, God is just going to move it, and He can. The energy of God do whatever God wants to do. But the truth of it is, we create our own karma, and then we leave it up to God to fix any and everything. But sometimes God's saying, I put people in the earth to fix those kind of things. You overlook them and go to, like I said, I'll overlook the herbal healer, Dr. Sebi type, and I'll run to Johns Hopkins University, or I'll run to the Kernan Center, or I'll run to wherever they do the medical procedure the best at, right? I'll run there, and I'll even pray to God, right? To God, and I'll convince myself, God said, go to the doctor. Don't deal with the lady that worked with the roots like Dr. Sebi. And you wonder why we stay in the conditions that we in, programmed. And I felt like Spirit wanted me to get in and do this because I feel the confusion. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. I've been through so much to where as though I'm anything but confused. So when I feel confused, I know it's not my energy, right? I'm like, this is not my energy, right? But I'm going to tell you something. And then I'm going to let her go here with the morning inspiration session. Because this is morning inspiration. Whatever principle it is that holds you in the area of religion, that introduced you to God, Spirit is saying, go study that person, that figment. If it's Buddha, what they say, Muhammad, Jesus, Krishna, Vishnu, Joseph Smith, whoever it may be that you resonate with, because if they've been authorized to have people walking under their religion, they've been authorized by the divine. Divine beings is what they are. That's what they call, right? Messengers, messiahs, right? The breakdown of the Messiah, I went to sleep to it in the Aquarian Gospel, was very deep. The duty of the Messiah, because the Messiah is actually the person that's put here to challenge the normalcy of everything, how it's going. So when, 1,000 people wouldn't be in agreement with the Messiah, right? It would be 1,000 people saying, who this person think they is? Like, who? So when you looking at where you stand, are you standing on the side of the Messiah? Because if you standing in the population and saying, oh, you're not in the right place. You need to resonate with the few that Buddha resonated with, that Christ resonated with, that Vishnu resonated with, that perhaps the Orisha they resonated with. See, everybody didn't resonate on a grand scale with what the people agreed with. Not the ones you following from them books. It was only a few that understood those people. These people came, and many of them, like Prophet Muhammad, he fought wars trying to advance what? He was trying to advance his cause, but it was authorized by the divine, Allah, God. God authorized him to do that. Now, was another man over here that wanted to fight with him because he got authorization. But this man got authorization, so people began to fight in their own little way. And that's why God departs from a lot of things. See what man do to it? But if you study these individuals, right, with a fine-tuned comb, then you'll begin to see how much your personality may not even resonate with Jesus, right? It was what you doing may not even be resonating with what the Mabuddha. You might be in a position where you contrary to what these people are saying because of how you standing in your opposition to people and humankind and what they like it's like these people were inviting and welcoming and understanding of people's belief systems. Particularly Christ, he sat down in the temple when he was 12 with like 13 other religious people and High Priestess Anna, right? She was the 13th energy, right? And last but not least, when this regards to energy is a language. I never seen so many people offended by one word. And what it is, divine ones, is that they offended when we use that because the word describes so many things. See, I can say energy, right? But when I'm putting it in context, it's leading you exactly to what we're saying because that's how you identify what's going on with the word energy, right? And you know exactly, every time, think about it, every time a person uses that word in the position that we in, you know exactly what's being said. You know what it is. You know what energies is, right? It's a terminology that's been being used for centuries. We just got away from the power of understanding. So when we use the word energies now,
Good stuff. Good energy. So I think I'll, kind of just pick up.
this is frankincense, by the way. You burn the frankincense.
Let me see. I thought, it was interesting the things that you talked about. And, it was kind of in alignment with some of my notes that I had taken for the show this morning. And, it's very important to understand that it is very true that according to the Bible, sin can lead us to death and destruction. It can also cause internal conflict with God, which can lead us to health issues. However, God forgives and forgets sins, right? And, I think a lot of times when, people can be intimidated by change, and, I'll just say that. Change can be intimidating, right? Mm-hmm. But change is a beautiful thing, especially when the intention is to, allow God to use you, right? Mm-hmm. So, I thought it was important to remember that life is always connected to the spirit, and disease, sickness, and death are always connected to the human body or soul. Wow. Okay? So if you want to live and you want life, remember that it is always connected to the spirit. Okay? Now, I know we talk about, spirit and soul on our channel a lot. So I wanted to kind of go back to the beginning and the basics. And I wanted to speak about, well, what is the difference between your soul and your spirit? Your soul speaks of your inner life in relation to your own experience. So, like your mind, your heart, your will, and your imagination. These are all things from your soul, right? Now, it also includes like your thoughts, desires, passions, and dreams. Okay, this is your soul, right? But your spirit speaks of the same inner life in relation to God, your faith, love, hope, your character, and perseverance. Okay, so that is the difference between your soul and your spirit. Okay, and remember that life is always connected to the spirit, right? That's very, very important. Now, let's see.
Trust on that time on Virgo.
Oh, he ready for them zodiac signs. That's coming up.
Trust, what's up, King?
You know, so let's talk about so faith, right? There is someone, and you know, maybe you have been just down and out lately. I'm picking up that energy. You know, your faith could be really tested and just, I don't know, you could be going back and forth. But I want you to remember this. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. So I want you to remember, divine being, no matter what it looks like when you seek, remember that, you know, your faith, God will reward you when you diligently seek him. So no matter how your praise may look, no matter how your prayer may look, no matter how it looks to other people, continue to diligently seek him. And remember that he is a rewarder to those who do this, right? So that's pretty much all I have today. I'm not going to get into a whole lesson, but we will go ahead and tap into the energy. Okay. So let's get some water. By water, we connect with spirit through pure intent. Shout out to the Virgo in the building. Okay. King of Pentacles energy here. Let's see. So, let me see. I got so much stuff, y'all. So I heard Gina Thompson, the things you do makes me keep running to you. Oh, the things you do makes me keep running to you. Okay.
How dare you make the remix so deadly?
Yeah.
You ain't ready for, what's the name? Yeah. I'm running through you like
total.
You heard me.
Okay. Yeah, so there's something about that. Your name could be Gina or your last name could be Thompson watching us as well here. I also heard Spice Girls. If you want to be my lover, you have got to give. Make it last forever. That's the way it is. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Tell me what you need, what you really, really want. I wanna.
Yeah. That kind of energy right there.
Okay. This is what I heard here. There's something about these songs. Okay.
We about to get some morning inspiration out the deck.
I just heard, I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl that looked good, I would call her. I wish I had a rabbit in a hat with a bat, 6-foot baller. Was that too short?
I think so.
I wish I had look, you see my phone. Hey, let's tap into this energy. Let's see, y'all. Shout out to everyone that has been sharing our videos, sending us love, booking readings, all the love. We appreciate y'all. Okay, so we have hibernation and regeneration coming out for you. So you could definitely need to be hibernating, okay? There's something about you getting rest and rejuvenated, okay? I feel like you could be having like a lot to do coming up. There could be like, God could really be sending you on a mission where it's going to require, divine rest is what I'm hearing. There's something about you being, hibernation and regeneration. That means there's a task coming for you, right? There's something that you're going to have to do here. The color green is very significant here.
Yeah, I see the crystals are charging. So kind of like, I'm feeling like hibernation and rejuvenation. It could be a little chilly where you're watching from, or you could just be inside. This could be like one of those weekends where you work hard and you just
laid around the house and kind of just chill.
Chilling, you might,
You could have like a blue blanket on right now watching
with stars
us
all
in the bed.
over it.
Yeah, with stars all over it.
I'm saying somebody actually got their socks real comfortable on your feet.
Like the fuzzy socks.
Yeah, you got the good socks on your feet right now. You home. You and your crystals charging, like
Yeah. That energy. Look, and I knew it. Oh my gosh, thank you, Spirit. So I was getting ready to say, this energy makes me feel like, Elijah when he had to get sent off to go get rest so that he could be ready for when God needed to use him, right? And with the Six of Swords here, I know this to be true. It's like there is a journey ahead of you. So it's like God is wanting you to get your rest because I'm hearing something about there's a lot of work ahead, okay? You could be in the energy of feeling like, right now life could not be busy for you, but I feel like things are literally about to pick up. I feel like, right now, during this cold season, where the animals hibernate, I feel like Spirit is really wanting you to hibernate and regenerate because there's something about like the spring when the flowers bloom. I feel like, you're going to bloom. There's something about things moving very quickly here for you with the Six of Swords coming out. I feel like, you're being pulled to the other side. It's like a spiritual ascension. There's no time for there's no time for anything but rest right now and rejuvenation so that when you wake up, literally, like there's something that's pulling you, okay? The tide is coming in to bring you somewhere, take you somewhere. I don't know. Let's see.
Somebody's job could be moving in a newer direction.
Oh, that's definitely heavy. Someone could literally someone could be relocating for work.
Yeah, or your job could just be, you know how like sometimes corporations decide to move in a different direction.
That's true too.
And you could be needing like, you could be needing like
vacation.
Yeah, I'm saying like vacation energy, like
like just you could just be needing like a day where you just lamp around the house, right?
Yeah.
But there's definitely something about that here. Someone could literally be like packing up. Your job could be relocating you.
I see the Baltimore Ravens could be significant here, right? Somebody could be waiting for their team to play, or or it's Pittsburgh Day, so you could be watching, getting ready for the game.
And this is good energy with the Three of Swords coming out in the reverse for you here. Yeah. I love this energy. It's like not only is God and your ancestors taking you on a journey of ascension, of a higher vibration, a higher frequency, but it's like I feel like right now there is so much truth and clarity. Everything is I feel like anything that has crushed you, anything that has caused your self-doubt, your mind, any kind of pain or worry, I feel like that energy is in the reverse here. There's something about that energy is behind you. You've gone through so many things, but I feel like you've accepted what you've gone through, and you literally are moving. You're moving on. It's like I'm hearing, we're moving on up to the sky. We finally got a piece of the pie. It's like that kind of energy. It's like God is literally ascending you to a higher place, and this is good energy for you, but it's gonna require rest, Okay, there's something about rest here because I feel like you are going to be working diligently to, do whatever this is for the divine. I welcome healthy, loving relationships, okay? So you could be in the energy of really wanting to manifest new relationships, and this is beautiful energy. As you ascend, because you are ascending to your higher self, you should definitely welcome in healthy, loving relationships. Now, this could be platonic relationships. This could be romantic relationships, friendships, whatever they are. There's something about, needing healthy relationships. There's nothing more satisfying than to have people around you with the like mind and, people with like goals and things of that nature. So there's something about that here. Don't be afraid to build new healthy connections right now, divine being. There are people out here like you. Okay? Something about that here. Unity. I'm hearing unity. 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 Okay. Queen Latifah. Shout out to her. Now we do have number 13, death and rebirth, coming out in the reverse for you here. So with the healthy, loving relationships and the death card in the reverse, I feel like Spirit is wanting you to really, really be open-minded when it comes to these relationships, okay? You could be a person that literally, we don't talk about the pain and suffering we feel when we break up with friends or family members, right? We don't talk about that much. We only, we talk about intimate relationships, but what about when your friend breaks your heart? Or what about when a family member breaks your heart, right? Yeah. So, it's something about that here, being able to heal from these traumas so that you are able to get these new healthy relationships that are high vibrational, okay? There's something about you deserve happiness, and, happiness comes from being with people that, have the same mind as you. Yeah, there's something about that.
And it's crazy because I welcome healthy, loving relationships to the death and rebirth and reversal. That could also be a person in an individual relationship, right? And what you need to do, you need to allow yourself to perhaps perceive things different. Mm-hmm. You have to see things, because that's a healthy relationship. A healthy relationship is not being stuck in a place where, for instance, I'm gonna give you something about me real quick. All right, when I got with High Priestess, right, because I come from a life of trauma, I had to get used to, when we go places and people see her, they'll be like. So in my life, because I dealt with a lot of unsavory characters, I will always take that as a sign of the beginning of betrayal. It's like, looking at, right? But then I had to realize I had to allow a death and rebirth to occur. I had to say, look, to myself, I said, look, this ain't the old you, son. This the new you. Now you gotta realize, people look at you, people look at her. It doesn't mean it's the beginning of betrayal, right? And that's what a lot of it, that could be the issue. It's like we train ourselves to respond to certain energy when we see it.
It's real.
And God is saying, welcome in the healthy and loving relationship. One where you begin to say, all right, I understand how crazy I can be, or
that's
how
real.
I am all for low.
Accountability with yourself honestly brings in the most happiest, healthiest relationships.
Oh yeah.
Let's be honest. Most of us have had more unhealthy relationships than healthy, right? Mm-hmm. So, if you want to manifest something different, then you have to do something different, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like, allowing healthy, loving relationships starts with self, right? Mm-hmm. And accountability is very, very important, right? See, if we can never hold ourselves accountable with the death card in reverse, that means we can't change, and when we can't change and, when we can't change, it leaves us in the same position, No doubt. You get the same results when you do the same thing, right?
Over insanity.
It's like that kind of energy. But I definitely feel like, there is, I don't know, Spirit just told me to say that there is a loving relationship that is worth saving here. Okay? There could be, a relationship, and this came out yesterday. There could be like a rocky relationship, but, I feel like it is with two divine beings. I feel like God put these two people together. Take it how it resonates. You know who I'm talking to, but I feel like there's a lot of challenges, a lot of nobody wanting to hear the other person. I feel like there could just be, a lot of energy around, but I definitely feel love here. So that's good. I always like when I feel love. Let's see. Okay, discipline.
I just pulled the Oracle Discipline. And I was determined I'm going to just pull one card
For every
from the soul that, I just wanted to pull one and put them back and see what, but that could be the word for you, discipline, right? I can accomplish what I set my mind to. So you could be a person of discipline. You know what discipline is. You could be a person that maybe needs to apply discipline, right? Because like she said, I do see a relationship in this energy that's worth saving.
It is.
I see two people divinely inspired, and it's a lack of understanding between.
Thank you, Spirit.
It's
right.
it's a lack of understanding, and there's a certain amount of discipline that's needed, right? And sometimes it's subtle. You know what? As a man, I realized one area I needed discipline in was I had to be able to listen when I wanted to speak, though. Like in an argument, you know how you get to the place where you like, oh no, I got to be heard, right? But I had to learn to be disciplined in that area, because when you got that, when your energy is powerful and you want to make a point, if you can discipline yourself and hold it, you so open that you will receive with clarity. It don't seem like it, but that's the way energy works. Because see, when you want to speak out, your energy, it flares up. You very receptive, you very magnetic, you very everything. So if you can discipline that right there and listen to the other person, it'll stick to you hard. Like it's like, even though I want to talk, let me hear them out. And then you like.
Yeah, because I had to learn, that, it's okay to listen. This person loves you. This person isn't trying to take you down to your demise. This person literally wants to see you at your highest place.
Yeah.
So, take a moment. I guess, that was my defense mechanism, right?
Right.
Because, I do take pride in where God has brought me in life and the things that I have done in my life. And so, I have been in places where, my strength as a woman, in God, really allowed me to dodge some things that really could have took me down. So being with you, I had to learn that, look, this is a man with some wisdom, and this is a man that truly loves you. So it's easier to be led, right?
Mm-hmm. And it's crazy, as she was saying that, a lot of times when we're dealing with this confused energy, it's because I'm going to show you how negative spirits play. Devil's advocate, so to speak. We look at our counterparts and we say, well, maybe they want to go live a life without us.
That's projection.
Yes. You know why? Because it's coming from a place of self-inadequacy. It's like this. It's like somewhere in me, I feel like I'm not really good enough for this person to want to be with. So ultimately, I'm gonna be suspicious that they want to go do something else. But what you're doing is you're manifesting that to happen.
That's real.
That's the power of See,
that's real.
As you begin you have to change the way you think about that. Because if I think in the recesses of my mind, I begin to look at my counterpart and I say, they want a life somewhere without me, right? The inadequacy of myself, right? I'm going to diminish the way they see me. Because if they intuitive, they're going to look at you and be like, it's not me, it's you. But you won't see that. You'll just be like, no. You'll be like, you want to go do something? And what happens is, their view of you, it diminishes. Because you now walking underneath the energy that You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like this. It's like this for my masculine. Is this real? Like, you can sit around the house and don't get a haircut, right? And your woman might not tell you, go get a haircut. She might tell you, oh, you all right, you all right, you all right. But the truth of the matter is, the way you diminish in the eyes of the public is the way you're going to diminish in her eyes if you sit around and don't take care of yourself, right? So if you know you out here looking crazy in the public, you look crazy at home. But it's on you. Like a lot of time with us, when we love people truly, we love them and we look at them and be like, I love them. It doesn't matter how they show up. So we don't always, a woman ain't always going to advise you, look, go take care of yourself, get shaped up or get a haircut or do whatever you need. So as a man and as a woman, it goes vice versa. Like, you can't sit around a man and be suspicious that he ready to bounce on you and then let yourself go. And then, because you're going to manifest that into your life. You're going to manifest the energy so impossible for y'all to be together that the person is going to end up with the same, what you fear the most, you will bring it in.
That's what you manifest.
You got to change by way of discipline.
That's real.
Listen, when you, and then I'm going to let her jump in. When you as a woman, right, or as a man, when you having issues within yourself and you feel like your other one wants to go out in the world and leave you for a new existence, you know what would be a great energy to compact? Light yourself up for the world to see. You understand? Instead of dealing with insecurities, be like, I know this is about me. I think they're going to leave. So what I'm about to beautify myself. It ain't even about them. I'm about to beautify my life. And I'm about to go out here and I'm about to feel my vibration in the world so I can build my security up, right? Don't sit there and be insecure, because then you're going to be mad when the other person go take care of themselves. You're going to be like, well, why you doing that? Or why you looking good? Or why you doing... You don't want to get into that kind of energy. You understand me? You want to light your own vibration up. Find your vibrancy, Spirit says. We all got that. And always remember, in relationships, before I leave, when they divine, two people together there for a reason.
That's real. And that's why, I wanted to come back to this healthy, loving relationship. Spirit told me that there is someone literally, all you need is the spark, the passion, right? There's something about, maybe going on a date or, doing something spontaneous or, doing something you guys did when you first got together, right? That attracted you guys to each other. I don't know. There's something about death and rebirth here, and both of you guys could be literally being stubborn right now, but Spirit is asking for this reconciliation. Okay?
And, as men, right, I'm talking about, it's the simple things, right? They can't, how we lose one another to the energies by negating the simple things. Like, I can't buy my woman around needing attention or a hug or physical contact or make yourself stronger. Or as a woman, I can't. As a woman, you can't bypass the simple things about your relationship and expect it to be. It won't be. In other words, what am I saying? It's not about money, y'all. Right? People don't normally separate at a soul level about money, and money ain't gonna sustain a soul tie. Money is a compensating. Yeah, it's gonna compensate. It's gonna answer a few things, but in the end, you could lose the person to something primal if you're not careful. What am I saying? Primal instincts, they gotta be tended to. Like every divine creature got a divine side and a primal side, right? So you can't, as a man, you can't get in the energy of like, well, I don't want to do nothing no more. And as a woman, you can't get in the energy of, well, I don't want to do nothing no more. Because the primal urge is going to lead a person, You understand? The primal urge has to be tended to in any relationship, particularly divine beings. Like, if it's a primal side, you know, you gotta have the discipline. You know what I mean? Like, you pay attention to the small details of anything.
That's real. Flowers could be significant here. You know, random flowers. I'm just throwing something out for someone. Let's see. So we have surprise coming out for you. I love surprise. You may be surprised. Okay? You know, whenever I see this card, it really, I see miraculous, right? I feel like, you know, you are going to be surprised how, you know, God shows up for you. You know, it's like every time he just shows up even better, even more polished, even more perfect. And I feel like, you know, this is very good energy for you. You know, I feel like, you know, I'm talking to someone that you are very disciplined, right? You know what it takes to reach the energy of the Most High. And, you know, I feel like you are going to be surprised here. Now, we do have the Three of Cups coming out in the reverse for you. So, you know, with the Three of Cups coming out in the reverse, this literally could just be you in your emotions here with a lack of faith. You know, things could look one way, but, you know, remember that when we are divine beings, we have to understand that everything that looks like glitter is typically shit. Okay, like you can literally take shit and cover it with glitter, and you wouldn't know what was under there unless you smelt it, right? So I feel like, you know, right now you could be way too in your emotions when this should be a very happy time. This is a time to celebrate. There could literally even be someone finding out surprise you are a mom or a dad here. Okay, I see. I don't know. There's a lot of passion, but there's someone that is nervous about this. Okay, the color purple is definitely significant here. This is very royal. You know, there could be someone's name. Your name could be royal, or I don't know. There's something about royal. I just seen a Crown Royal bag. Y'all remember those? The purple bag that your grandmother had all the change in? Right? I remember that. From that drink, yeah. There's something about Crown Royal
they used to
here.
have a lot of other things in them Crown Royal bags. Shit.
Oh, okay. I remember my grandmother had like change and sewing stuff. She would have like, we were talking about that yesterday. Y'all remember that cookie tin that they sell around Christmas, and it's blue, and they would have, my grandmother would have like sewing needles and stuff in there. I thought I was going to get some cookies. You open that thing up, you be disappointed. You know what I'm talking about?
Nah, I know.
That cookie tin, I'll be mad as hell thinking I'm about to get a cookie. Ain't nothing in there but some sewing needles and some thread, okay? Yeah, Six of Wands in the middle of the deck for you. I told you there's something about a surprise here. There's something about you being held in high honors, you being spiritually ascending, right? Yeah, look at you. You know, I'm hearing someone like Yahweh. Someone is like praising, you know. Someone is being held in high honors because you praise God in public, in private. You don't judge people. You know, you're not confused about who you are by whatever people do here.
11 on the clock.
11 on the clock. Make a wish. Right? But yeah, there's something about the Six of Wands and a surprise. You know, this could literally, you know, be someone like going viral. Okay. This is the energy of people just recognizing you for who you are. Not that you're even worried about that, but I feel like, you know, there's something about the spotlight being on you.
Lights, camera, action.
Okay.
Baby.
You could literally get accepted to like, I'm seeing someone getting accepted to some kind of role.
A promotion.
Okay, some kind of role or something here. There could literally even be someone that you are asked to perform somewhere. Okay, I'm seeing like a live performance or something, and a lot of people just clapping. Okay, you could be like you could be like a motivational speaker. You could be a singer, actor, dancer. I don't know. There's something about a big stage. I feel like Spirit is putting you on the big stage right now.
This is definitely promotion energy.
Okay.
Like some sort of promotion, like she said, accolades, public recognition.
There could literally be someone going to like, you could be in like the law. You could. I'm picking up law enforcement energy as well. You could be like moving up to a lieutenant or a sergeant or something. I don't know. Yeah, there's something about that here. I keep hearing moving on up to the front. We finally got a piece of the pie. Took a whole lot of trying just to get up that hill.
Director energy.
Okay, definitely could be heavy on that, right? I don't know. There's something about some kind of star energy here, you know? It's like stand up, okay? All praise to the Most High.
Empathy. I'm open to seeing both of the situations. So again, like this is back to the relationship card, right? Spirit says empathy, like opening up. One thing I realized about my relationship, the more I can open up and see it from her point of view in a lot of instances, it makes it very easy. And you know what also it shows me how wrong I be about, you know how you've been doing something and you just been doing it for 10 years, so you confident I'm doing what I know work. But then you meet somebody and they show you a different way, and then you have to admit, that's better.
I do that all the time with you.
I do that a lot with you too. So empathy affords you that. Allowing yourself to see things from both points of view. Before you act or before you make a decision, just look at that thing from both sides, like really, truthfully, right? Because I feel like that helps a lot, man. Like when you can really discipline yourself and be like, look, all right, go ahead, I'm gonna let you do it.
Well, you know, I feel like once you reach that point of accountability in life, period, you know, when, you know, because I was a person that ran from accountability almost my entire life.
Many of us do.
And, you know, I mean, once you really can, you know, begin to really pay attention to yourself, you know, we get so wrapped up as humans. We are so wrapped up in the next person and what that person is doing and what this celebrity is doing and who this person is doing, that if we really took the time to really pay attention to self and work on the things that we deny about self, we could be a better humanity, and that's real.
You know what Spirit is saying? You know how you reach, when you really reach the energy of accountability, you know what you do? When you tell your story about past relationships, it begins to sound like this. The reason this person left was because I did this. The reason why my last relationship failed was because of my way of doing this, right? The reason why things fell apart with me and so is because of the sneakiness of myself. Like, see, when we not really accountable, we tell people, well, everything happened because they did this. Well, everything happened because that's not accountability. When you truly become accountability, when you become accountable, your story change. Like all your everything that you regurgitate from the past, you can honestly look at yourself and say, look, I played a part in that. Like, I'm the culprit of that.
That's so real because, you know, honestly, if we really be honest about it, the only way to get true forgiveness, honestly, is by being accountable. And accountability comes with, let's say, all right, let's talk about the energy of the Bible and let's talk about repentance, right? Let's use that. The only way to truly receive real repentance is to, one, acknowledge what you did to God, right? Two, take accountability. And did you also know that the things that we do, we also, three, okay, if you really honestly want to be forgiven, you have to literally go to someone, family, spiritual mentor, pastor, whoever, and admit what you have done.
Yeah.
See, when we do sins in the dark, right, the reason why we keep doing them is because nobody knows. Mm-hmm. When you allow someone to know what you did, mm-hmm. it helps you to stop, right? Because it sheds light on the darkness,
Yeah,
right?
that's
So
accountability.
a lot of things that we do in the dark, we wouldn't do if people knew,
Yeah.
right? So that's why if you truly want real forgiveness and to be real repentance, you have to literally tell God, acknowledge what you did, ask God for forgiveness, and you're literally supposed to tell another trusted spiritual human what you've done, so that that sheds light on your darkness
in the universe.
You know what that does is it sends out a vibration. That's accountability. That's when God can truly forgive you for a thing. You can't be forgiven if you do shit in the dark, right? You ask God for forgiveness, you acknowledge it, but you keep it in the dark and you don't tell anybody. That means that you'll probably go stealing again, or you'll probably go lying again, or you'll probably, because guess what? There's no light shed on it. Nobody knows you're doing this, and we as human beings, we're sneaky, period, point blank. We all sin, we all do things, and we all like to do things that people cannot see. And that's just real. And if you don't agree with me, it's probably not the channel for you, and that's okay as well. But if we be real with ourselves, if you really want to change a thing in your life, begin to tell someone that you love or you trust in your spiritual community, your spiritual circle, the things that you do that you really want to release, and watch how God moves things for you. That's real.
As she was speaking, like I told you, I went to bed listening to the Aquarian Gospel last night. And something stood out to me. I might even heard this in my sleep state. But it was about a conversation that Christ was having. And he said something in the Aquarian Gospel. You know what he said? He said, intolerance is ignorance that's mature. Think about it. Intolerance is ignorance that done growed up, basically. That's right. So, it's like, if you find yourself intolerant of others and what's going on with them, you suffer from grown-up ignorance, right? And that's crazy, because think about us and our relationships with partners. Do you know how many times, as a man, we say, no, I put my foot down, I don't want to admit that. That intolerance is ignorance that's grown up to a point where it can be tyranny. You could really be a person that's becoming so hard to deal with, just because you intolerant of what? Those are things that's your own ignorance. Well, intolerance is ignorance, meaning if I let something affect me so bad to the point where I'm intolerant of it, think of it.
A lot of times those traits that we're intolerable of, we have them in ourselves. That's why we can't tolerate it.
And
it's the ugly parts about us.
And that goes without saying how powerful that is. If I'm intolerant of something that's in me, right? Think about it now. Think about how ignorant I am. If I'm intolerant of it, right? How can I deal with it? How can I truly admit that I even have a problem with it? If I can't tolerate it to deal with it, I don't like to see it in others. I don't like to see it in myself. So therefore, I'm going to just let it sit there and fester. I'm going to despise it in others. I'm going to secretly despise it in myself, instead of really going and saying, yo,
Lord,
look,
I need help with this.
Like, for real.
That's right.
Like, this and that right there, because we as divine individuals with intellectual prowess, it shouldn't be nothing that we intolerant of, right? I mean, even the worst thing, right? It shouldn't be a thing where I'm intolerant, right? I should be able to deal with it. Because what happens when you come into contact with a person that's affected by the demonic to the point of subjugation, right? Are you intolerant of the person? Because if you are, then your work as a light worker, so to speak, you need to go back and redo that, because it should, when we deal with energies, it's nobody that I come into contact with that I'm intolerant of. I don't care what they doing. I search for it, and if I don't understand it, I don't have it to the, well, I gotta get that away from me. Why? That's ignorance. That's like somebody saying, the ignorant things that they say. Like,
well, a lot of times, when we don't understand a thing, we become ignorant to it.
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
yeah, I guess that could be right. You know, not being willing to try to understand can lead to ignorance. But I know, like, that was what Christ said in the Aquarian Gospel. Intolerance is ignorance, matured ignorance. Like, so.
That's real. Let's see. So we have cleansing body and spirit. I love this. You know, I really love this card because I do believe that cleanliness is next to godliness, right? And I'm talking about, you know, spiritual cleanliness, right? You know, and that goes back to what we talked about earlier. You know, it's crazy how, you know, we can call ourselves a believer in God, but yet we are so quick to judge another because either we admire them so much that we are jealous, or two, we don't comprehend or understand a person is doing, right? But I feel like with cleansing body and spirit here, I feel like, you know, this is the energy of a renewal for you, okay? I feel like, you know, literally your mind, body, and spirit is being cleansed here. And this is good energy. You know, I feel like the rejuvenation and hibernation. You know, I really feel like it's almost like a caterpillar turning into the butterfly. It's like, you know, someone's in a cocoon right now. You know, things are changing for you. You know, your timeline is shifting. I feel like, you know, every good decision that you are making is really, you know, changing things for you. There could be someone, you could like attend a Catholic church is what I'm picking up. I see the window of a Catholic church here. But there's something about cleaning your body and spirit, you know. Maybe you're a person that, you know, you take showers every day, you wash up a lot, but maybe you don't know about cleaning your spirit, right? That's keeping up your spiritual wall of protection, knowing that just because you are a believer in God doesn't mean that you have to allow people to keep abusing you spiritually, right? Because I'm hearing spiritual bullies, right? This is what's happening right now, you know, because you do things this way, and, you know, mankind was taught that this is the way because we are domesticated from children. You know, there could be people literally, you know, there could be people literally judging you for this, but I feel like, you know, right now you're understanding that your belief is your belief. You know, I feel like you're really understanding who Yahweh is, right? Like that kind of energy. Let's see. Yeah, look, 8 of Wands in the middle of the deck to the Page of Cups in the reverse here. So I feel like, you know, there could be, let's see. There could be a lot of energy coming in quickly to you, but, you know, and you could feel the energy, but, you know, you probably don't know exactly what kind of energy this is, but it's positive energy. Now, with the Page of Cups coming out in the reverse, Spirit is wanting you to stay, you know, use your discernment. You know, when God gives you discernment, that is a divine gift, okay? It's not something that you should take lightly because everyone literally does not have discernment. You know, some people literally, they are blocked. Like, they just can't. They're blocked, right? So there's something about things coming in very, very fast for you, and Spirit wanting you to use your intuition and your discernment here. There could be energies trying to trick you, right? Trying to make you feel like you're out of alignment, but you need to remember that you roll with the divine, right? It's like that kind of energy. You roll with the divine. So, you know, it's very important for you to just stay in alignment, keeping your body and spirit clean. This was your morning inspirational message, Divine Being. I hope that you guys enjoyed the message. We'll be back tomorrow morning with your morning matinee. Make sure you guys tune in. We're actually going to be live on TikTok with all 12 zodiac signs today. So make sure you guys join us. We'll put up a tag on Facebook to let you guys know when we're going live on TikTok. That is where we will start doing our zodiac signs from now on. So make sure if you're not already, you guys are following our TikTok page. We love you guys so much. God bless you, and Ashe.